Look closely. Do you remember me? Human the alien woman had been searching for me for years. Alex Carter lived quietly on the edge of human space. His small home sat near a dusty landing pad, surrounded by the empty plains of the frontier planet. The sky was pale pink at dawn, stretching endlessly above him, and the wind carried a dry taste that reminded him of old worlds he had visited. He liked this quiet life. He worked as a salvage pilot, taking old ships, broken machines, and forgotten technology from the surface of abandoned planets. Life was simple. He had no family nearby, no important friends, and that suited him just fine. One morning, as Alex checked the engines of an old transport shuttle he had found weeks ago, a shadow crossed the sky. It was unlike anything he had seen. A ship, sleek but old in design, descended slowly, making no sound in the thin atmosphere. It hovered over the landing pad, almost as if it were waiting for him. Alex froze. His hand hovered over the shuttle controls, but he could not move. His heart beat faster, a mix of fear and curiosity. He had seen alien ships before, but this one felt different. There was something familiar about it. The hatch of the ship opened with a soft hiss. A figure stepped out. Alex squinted against the sunlight, trying to make sense of what he saw. The figure was a woman, humanoid in shape but not human. Her skin had a faint glow and strange markings ran along her arms and neck. Her hair shimmered like silver in the morning light, and her eyes were a deep green, almost alive with a strange light. She looked at him directly, and Alex felt a chill run down his spine. "You," she whispered. Her voice was soft but clear. "I finally found you." Alex shook his head. "I'm sorry," he said. "Do I know you?" The woman's eyes softened, but her gaze did not leave him. "You do, you just do not remember." He frowned, stepping back slightly. His mind raced. He had no memory of her. His life had been ordinary, quiet, and simple. There had been no alien contact like this in his past, or so he thought. But there was something in her voice, a pull he could not ignore. "My name is Celara," she said, taking a slow step closer. "I have been searching for you for years." Alex laughed nervously. "Years? That must be a mistake. I've been on this planet for a few months and I've never seen you before." Celara's expression tightened. She seemed pained. "No mistake. I have traveled across many systems to find you. You are important. You do not understand yet, but you will." Alex's curiosity grew, mixing with unease. He had learned to survive on the edge of human space, but he was not ready for something like this. "Important how?" he asked. She hesitated, then said, "You once saved my world. You were there even if you do not remember. You helped us survive, and you made a promise before you left. I have been waiting for you to return, waiting for you to remember." Alex blinked. His mind resisted the words. How could he have saved an alien world? He had never left human space for long missions like that. And yet a flicker of memory flashed in his mind. Faces he did not know, voices speaking a language he did not understand, a planet under fire, fear, pain, and hope. But they disappeared almost immediately, leaving only confusion. "I don't understand," he said slowly. "I don't remember any of that." Celara's eyes softened again, and she took another step closer. "I know. I did not want you to remember at first. It was safer. You were too important. Humans would have tried to control you or worse. That is why some memories were hidden, erased from your mind. But now, it is time for you to know." Alex felt a wave of emotions he could not name. Fear, disbelief, and something like longing all mixed together. He wanted to turn away, to ignore her, but something held him in place. "Why me?" he asked. "You have a strength humans rarely show," Celara said. "You make choices that protect life. You think of others even at risk to yourself. That is why I searched for you. That is why I waited. You have a role to play even now." Alex swallowed hard. He felt a tightness in his chest. The quiet life he had built seemed fragile now, like a sandcastle before a tide. He had survived alone, thinking he had no importance beyond his own life. And yet this alien woman claimed he had done great things, things he could not remember. I don't know if I can help, he said finally. I don't even know what I did. Solara reached out a hand. Her fingers glowed faintly. It does not matter what you remember first. Your actions today, your choices now, will define what comes next. I will help you remember, but you must trust me. Alex hesitated. His life had been one of caution and distance. Trusting someone like this felt dangerous. And yet he did not step back. He felt drawn to her. Something deep inside, something forgotten, told him that she spoke the truth. Okay, he said finally. I will listen. Solara's face softened into a small, relieved smile. That is all I ask. The wind blew across the landing pad, carrying the smell of dry earth and metal. The alien ship seemed to hum, as if it were alive, waiting for them to move. Solara turned slightly, gesturing to the ship. Come with me. There is much to show you. Alex took a deep breath. His hand brushed against the shuttle controls one last time, then he stepped toward her. The weight of his decision pressed on him, but he felt an unexpected calm. He was ready to face whatever truth had been hidden from him. Inside the ship, the walls shimmered with soft light. Panels and screens activated as they entered. It was unlike any human technology he had seen, flowing and organic in shape. Solara guided him to a small seat and gestured for him to sit. I will show you what happened, she said. But first, you must remember that what you see may feel strange. Your mind has forgotten much, but it can remember if you allow it. Alex nodded. His curiosity burned stronger than his fear. He wanted answers. He wanted to understand why this woman had searched for him, why he felt this strange pull toward her. Solara placed a hand on his shoulder. The glow from her markings intensified slightly. Close your eyes, she said. Let the memories come to you. Alex did as she asked. At first there was nothing. Then faint images flickered in his mind, a planet in flames. People running, crying, a small hand reaching for his own. He heard a voice calling his name, a woman's voice. And then the memories sharpened. He saw himself helping rebuild a village. He saw strange creatures, their eyes wide with fear and hope. He remembered fear and he remembered courage. And then a bright light and he was back on his shuttle alone, thinking it had been a dream. Alex opened his eyes. His hands shook slightly. I remember something, he said. I remember her. I remember saving people. But I don't understand why it feels like it was a lifetime ago. Solara smiled softly. It was a lifetime in a way. Years have passed and many things have changed. But you were the key, Alex. You were the one who could change everything. Alex stared at her, the weight of the truth pressing down. His simple life, his quiet existence, felt like a shadow compared to what he had done before. And you've been searching for me all this time, he asked. Yes, she said simply. I never gave up. You promised to return and I believed you would. I had to find you before others did. Alex felt a strange warmth in his chest. It was not fear and it was not doubt. It was hope and it was recognition. He did not remember everything yet, but he remembered enough to know that she was telling the truth. He had been important, and somehow that importance had returned to him. Solara led him to a viewing panel. The stars stretched endlessly beyond the ship, a universe full of unknown worlds and dangers. There is much to do, Alex, she said, and little time. Your people, my people, we are all in danger, but if we work together, we can change everything. Alex looked at her, then at the stars. The life he had thought was ordinary now seemed like a small chapter in a much larger story. He had been found. He had been remembered. And now he had a choice, to return to the quiet life he knew or to step into a future he had almost forgotten. I'm ready, he said finally. Show me what I need to do. Solara nodded, her green eyes shining. Then let us begin. The journey is only starting and the universe is waiting for what you can do. As the ship lifted off, leaving the quiet plains of the planet behind, Alex felt a strange mix of fear and excitement. He was no longer alone, no longer forgotten. And for the first time in years, He felt that he had a purpose greater than survival. The stars stretched endlessly ahead, and the alien woman who had searched for him for years sat beside him, calm and patient, waiting for him to remember everything he had once been and everything he could still become. Alex could not sleep. The ship hummed softly as it drifted through the empty space, but his mind raced with images, voices, and memories he barely understood. Solara sat across from him in a small cabin, her eyes watching him like she could see everything inside his head. The glow from her markings made the dim room feel alive. "I don't understand it all," Alex said finally. "I remember some things, flashes, but most of it feels like a dream." Solara leaned forward. "That is because it was a dream in your mind, Alex. Your memories were hidden for your protection. You were too important for humans to know everything. Some of what you did could have put you in danger. Even your own people might have tried to control you." Alex frowned. "Control me? I was just a pilot. I helped people. I didn't do anything special. How could anyone try to control that?" Solara shook her head. "You were more than a pilot. When you were on my world, your mind adapted to alien technology faster than any human should. You learned, you understood, and you acted with courage and intelligence. The leaders who sent you there feared what you could become. They erased the mission from history. They wanted to forget it ever happened." Alex's chest tightened. "So all those memories, they were taken from me. That means my life here, this quiet life I built, was based on a lie." Solara's voice was gentle. "Not a lie, Alex. You survived, you adapted, you grew. But yes, part of your past was hidden. And now it is time for you to remember more." Alex rubbed his face, trying to make sense of everything. He remembered running through crowded streets of a city on a burning planet. He remembered strange creatures speaking in soft tones, looking to him for guidance. He remembered fear and hope, but he did not know why it mattered now. "Why me?" he asked again. "Why did you choose to follow me across the stars?" Solara's green eyes softened. "Because you were the one who could save lives, Alex. You chose to protect, even when it was dangerous. I needed someone like that, someone who could make the right choice, even when no one else could." Alex felt a strange warmth. He wanted to doubt her, but he could not. There was a truth in her eyes, a calm certainty. He wanted to believe her, even if his mind resisted. "What happened to your world?" he asked, curiosity mixing with fear. "You said I saved it, but I don't remember anything." Solara's face darkened. "Your arrival changed everything. There was a disaster, a war that threatened my people. You helped organize defenses, repair cities, teach people to survive. You were there for months. Without you, many would have died. But the leaders of humanity feared your abilities. They erased your mission and sent you home, thinking it would protect you. They did not understand that you were the only one who could help us fully." Alex sat back, the weight of her words pressing on him. He had lived so simply, thinking his life had no impact beyond himself. And yet she said he had saved a world. He had been important in ways he could not yet understand. "I don't even remember leaving," he admitted. "I only remember waking up on my shuttle and thinking it was a strange dream. I thought I imagined everything." Solara's voice was calm but firm. "You did not imagine it. Your mind blocked the memories because it was too dangerous for you to remember at the time. Now you are ready. You can handle it." Alex nodded slowly. He wanted to understand, to see proof, to remember everything. Solara seemed to sense this and moved toward a small console in the cabin. She touched a panel, and a holographic display appeared. The stars stretched around them, and a map of galaxies and planets lit the room. "This was your mission," Solara said, pointing to a small planet in the middle of the map. "Your people did not record it. The mission files were destroyed. Only I remember what happened. And now you must remember too." Alex stared at the planet. Something tugged at his mind. The name of the planet, faintly familiar, hovered in the edge of his thoughts. He could almost hear the laughter of children, the cries of people in danger, the hum of machines he had fixed. "I remember a village," he said slowly. There were children and machines and fires. I remember helping them, but I can't see faces clearly. Solara nodded. Those memories are fragments. We will rebuild them slowly. You were a hero, Alex. You saved many lives, not for glory, not for reward, but because it was the right thing to do. Alex felt a lump in his throat. But why didn't anyone tell me? Why let me live as if it never happened? Solara's eyes were gentle. Because humans fear what they cannot control. They feared you, Alex. They feared your mind, your courage, your choices. They erased your past to keep you small, to keep you safe, and perhaps to keep them safe from the truth. But you cannot stay small forever. You were always meant for more. Alex ran his fingers through his hair. He wanted to shout, to cry, to throw something. He felt anger, fear, and all at once. His quiet life, his simple world seemed tiny now. He had been important, but that importance had been hidden. Then what do I do now? He asked finally. Solara leaned closer. First, remember. Let your mind reconnect with what you did. Then we will plan what comes next. Your people, my people, they are all at risk. But together we can protect them. And you, Alex, can choose how to be part of it. Alex nodded slowly. He wanted to believe her and he wanted to understand. He felt a strange sense of duty, something he had not felt in years. His life had been quiet, but now the universe felt bigger, full of possibility and danger. I want to remember, he said. I want to understand everything. I want to know why I mattered so much. Solara smiled. Then you will. It may take time, but your memories are waiting. You were brave, Alex, braver than any human you know. And that courage is still inside you. I can see it. You cannot hide it from me. Alex stared at her, trying to believe his own eyes. The woman in front of him was alien, yet she spoke the truth in a way that felt undeniable. He could feel his mind stirring, reaching for memories he had forgotten. Suddenly, the ship jolted slightly, and alarms flashed. Alex grabbed a nearby handle as the cabin shifted. Solara's expression turned serious. They are here, she said. Her voice was calm but urgent. Human forces, they have tracked us. They do not know your importance, but they see a potential threat. We must act. Alex felt a surge of adrenaline. He had spent years avoiding danger, keeping himself hidden. But now the danger was here, and he realized something strange. He was not afraid. Not really. The memories of his past courage, even if faint, stirred inside him. He wanted to act, to protect, to survive, not just for himself, but for something greater. Solara moved to a console, her hands glowing faintly as she activated defensive systems. The ship responded immediately, shields flaring around them, engines humming with power. Alex stood beside her, unsure what to do but ready to follow. Listen to me, Solara said. You can do this. Trust yourself. Remember who you are. Remember what you have done. You will not fail. Alex nodded. He felt a strange calm settle over him, mixed with excitement and fear. He could not remember everything yet, but he remembered enough. He was capable. He had been important before, and he could be important again. The ship's sensors picked up approaching vessels. Human ships armed and ready. They would not hesitate to attack. Alex looked at Solara and she gave him a small, confident smile. Together, she said. Alex took a deep breath. He felt the memories of past actions rising inside him. He remembered decisions, courage, and skill. He was not the same man who had been hiding on a quiet frontier planet. He was someone who could make a difference, someone who had already shaped worlds without knowing it. Together, he repeated. As the human ships drew closer, Alex felt a strange sense of clarity. He did not know what would happen next, but he knew he had a purpose. His memories were returning, his courage was alive, and the alien woman who had searched for him for years was at his side. The universe was dangerous, but he was ready. The first ship fired, and the glow of energy beams lit the cabin. Alex grabbed a control, feeling a skill he had forgotten. His hands moved instinctively, guiding the ship through evasive maneuvers. Solara watched, her eyes calm, but her presence filled him with confidence. He was remembering. He was alive. And for the first time in years, Alex Carter felt like he mattered. Alex sat at the controls of the alien ship, his hands moving with a skill he barely recognized. The human ships that had approached were fast, but the alien craft was faster. Its engines hummed with a strange energy that seemed alive, responding to his instincts. Solara watched beside him, calm but alert. "They want to capture us," she said. "They do not know who you are. To them, we are a threat." Alex frowned. "Why, I am human. I am not a threat." Solara's eyes were sharp. "Humans fear what they cannot control. They do not know what you have done or what you can do. They fear the truth. You were never just a pilot, Alex. You were more. And they want to stop you from remembering it fully." Alex felt a cold anger rise inside him. "Stop me? Why, I saved lives, I helped people, and they erased it. They erased me," Solara nodded. "Yes, they feared you. They feared what you could become if they knew the truth. That is why they erased your past. That is why your memory was blocked. They wanted you small, controlled, safe for them, not for you." Alex's hands gripped the controls harder. "I can't believe it. All these years I thought I was ordinary, but they hid what I really was. They lied." Solara placed a hand on his shoulder. Her touch was warm and steady. "It is not too late, Alex. You can remember, you can act, you can still make a difference." The human ships drew closer. Energy beams streaked past the alien ship, lighting the dark space with flashes of blue and red. Alex moved instinctively, dodging and twisting. His mind recalled strategies, training, and moments of courage he had almost forgotten. He realized something he had never believed before: he was not ordinary. "Hold on," Solara said. "I will guide you through the system. You need to focus on your instincts." Alex nodded. His heart pounded, but fear was tempered with clarity. Every move he made was precise, almost as if his body remembered things his mind could not fully recall. He weaved through the attacks, guiding the ship past obstacles, using every trick he had learned in the past. As the human ships fell behind, Alex felt a thrill he had not experienced in years. He was alive, fully alive, and he was remembering pieces of who he had been. "Good," Solara said quietly. "You are remembering faster than I expected." Alex exhaled, his chest heavy but steady. "I feel different, stronger, smarter, like I have done this before." Solara's green eyes shone. "You have, and you can do more, but you must understand the full truth. Not just about me, but about humanity." Alex frowned. "What do you mean?" Solara motioned to a screen. A holographic map of human colonies and fleets appeared. "When you were on my world, you learned things that humans could not understand. Your mind adapted to alien technology. You understood things faster than anyone expected. They realized that you could be more than a pilot. You could be a weapon, not for them but for the wrong people. They erased your mission and sent you home. Your existence was a secret hidden from history, from everyone you knew." Alex stared at the map. "A weapon? I was just trying to help." Solara's voice was firm. "Yes, but your actions, your understanding, your choices, everything you did could change the balance of power in the galaxy. That scared them. They could not allow it, so they erased it. But now it is time for you to reclaim your past." Alex felt a mix of anger and sorrow. He had been living in quiet ignorance, believing he was nothing special. And yet he had saved lives, changed outcomes, and been important in ways he could not fully understand. He had been a hero, and humans had tried to hide it. "Why me?" he asked again. "Why would they erase one man's past?" Solara's eyes were calm. "Because you were the right person, Alex. You acted with honor, you did not seek power, you did not destroy. That made you dangerous to them. They feared someone who could make choices based on what is right, not what is convenient." Alex's mind raced. He remembered flashes of cities, of creatures, of people depending on him. He remembered the fear and the courage, the quiet moments of choice that had defined his past. He realized that he had been more than a simple pilot. He had been someone who could change worlds. "But if they wanted to hide me, why not erase me completely?" he asked. Solara's eyes softened. because even they could not erase who you are. Your mind, your heart, your courage, they remain. That is why I had to find you. That is why I followed you across systems. You cannot hide from your purpose, Alex. Alex looked out of the viewport. Stars stretched endlessly, cold and distant, but also full of possibilities. He realized that his quiet life had been a lie of safety. The universe was bigger, more dangerous, and more alive than he had ever imagined, and he had a role in it. Then what happens now? He asked quietly. Solara smiled. Now you remember more and you prepare. You will face humans who fear you. You will face dangers you have never imagined, but you will also protect lives. You will act not for glory but for what is right. That is who you are, Alex. That is who you were meant to be. Alex swallowed hard. The weight of her words settled in his chest. He felt a mixture of fear, excitement, and determination. He had spent years thinking his life was ordinary, but he was wrong. He had been extraordinary all along. Suddenly, the ship's sensors detected movement. Another fleet of human ships appeared on the edge of their sensors. They were larger, more aggressive, and clearly intended to capture or destroy them. More? Alex asked, surprised. Solara nodded. Yes, they are not the only ones who fear you. Others will try to stop you, others will try to use you, but you can survive. You have survived before, you will survive again. Alex gritted his teeth. Then we fight. I am not hiding anymore. Solara's smile was proud. Good, that is the courage I remembered. As the human fleet approached, Alex felt a strange calm. He remembered strategies, past missions, and moments of quick thinking. His mind worked faster than ever, and he realized he had done this before. He had led defenses, saved lives, and made choices that mattered. Take control of the defensive systems, Solara said. I will guide you through their attacks. Alex moved quickly. Panels and controls responded to him as if they recognized his touch. Shields rose, energy weapons activated, and the ship moved with grace and precision. The human ships fired, but their attacks were ineffective. Alex maneuvered the ship through complex patterns, dodging and countering with skill he barely recognized. Solara watched silently, her confidence in him clear. You are doing well, Alex. Do not doubt yourself. You are remembering everything you need to know. Alex felt a surge of adrenaline. He had never felt so alive. Every movement, every decision, felt natural. He realized that his past had prepared him for this moment. The quiet life he had led had been a shadow, but now he was stepping fully into who he was. After several tense minutes, the human ships began to retreat, realizing they could not match the alien ship and its pilot. Alex exhaled, his body tense but his mind sharp. He had survived and he had remembered part of his true self. See, Solara said softly, you are more than they feared. You are capable, Alex. You always were. Alex nodded, still catching his breath. I remember some things now. The missions, the choices, the people I helped. It is coming back slowly, but I see it. I see who I really am. Solara smiled warmly. Good, that is the first step. There is more to remember, more to face, and more to understand. But you are ready. You have always been ready, Alex. Alex looked out at the stars. The universe was vast, dangerous, and full of secrets. But he was not afraid. He had survived before, he had saved lives, and now he remembered why. He had a purpose. He had courage. And he had Solara, who had never stopped searching for him, never stopped believing in him. I am ready, he said firmly. I will remember everything. I will face whatever comes next. I will not hide. Solara nodded. Then let us continue. There is much to do and time is short. The truth will guide you, Alex, and your courage will protect many lives. You are not alone. The ship moved silently through the stars, carrying them toward unknown dangers, unknown allies, and a universe that would test everything Alex had learned. But for the first time in years, he felt alive, strong, and ready. He remembered courage, he remembered purpose, and he remembered that he had once changed a world, and he could do it again. Alex sat in the pilot's seat, gripping the controls as the alien ship moved through the dense asteroid field. Solara stood beside him, calm and alert, her glowing markings casting soft light across the cabin. The hum of the ship was steady, almost comforting, but the tension in the air was undeniable. Human ships were still tracking them, moving faster and more aggressively than before. "They are not giving up," Solara said quietly. "They do not understand, but they are determined. They will stop at nothing to capture us." Alex nodded. His mind was sharp, his instincts returning stronger than ever. He could feel the memories of past missions guiding him, showing him how to anticipate attacks and maneuver with precision. He was no longer just a pilot, he was a strategist, a protector, a force that could change outcomes. "Let them come," he said. "I am ready." Solara smiled slightly. "Good. Courage will help, but strategy will save lives. Remember what you have learned. Trust yourself." As they moved deeper into the asteroid field, the first human ship fired. Energy blasts streaked past, shattering rocks and sending debris flying. Alex twisted the controls, weaving the ship through the field with skill. Every move was precise, almost instinctive. He could feel the ship responding to him, almost as if it recognized him. "You are improving faster than I expected," Solara said. "Your mind is reconnecting with your memories. You remember more than you think." Alex's jaw tightened. "I can feel it. Pieces of the past, the choices I made, the people I helped, it is coming back. I can see what I need to do." The second human ship appeared, flanking them from the opposite side. Alex adjusted his trajectory, leading the ship through a narrow passage between two massive asteroids. The human ship tried to follow, but it struck a rock and spun out of control. Alex allowed himself a small smile. "You are good at this," Solara said, her voice calm but proud. "You always were. That is why I searched for you. That is why I never gave up." Alex's thoughts drifted briefly to the people he had saved long ago. Faces of children, villagers, and alien workers flashed in his mind. He remembered their fear, their hope, their reliance on him. And he realized that courage was not just instinct, it was a choice. Every action he had taken, every decision he had made had been a choice to protect life. "We are not out of danger yet," Solara said. Her tone pulled him back to the present. "More ships are coming, and this is only the beginning. The humans who erased your past will not stop until they understand what you can do." Alex nodded, feeling the weight of responsibility. He had spent years avoiding danger, hiding in quiet places, pretending he was ordinary. But he was not ordinary. He had never been ordinary. And now the universe demanded he act. Suddenly, a massive explosion rocked the ship. Debris from an asteroid collision slammed against the hull, sending Alex and Solara tumbling. The lights flickered and alarms blared. Alex's hands moved quickly, stabilizing the ship and rerouting power to shields. "Focus," Solara shouted. "You can handle this." Alex's heart pounded, but he did not panic. His mind raced through possibilities, remembering past missions, past dangers. He guided the ship through a series of evasive maneuvers, dodging debris and enemy fire with skill he barely recognized. Every decision was instinctive, every move calculated. "We can't keep running forever," Solara said. "We need a plan. You need to fight, not just survive." Alex nodded. "Then we fight. We protect, we survive, and we show them what they fear." The human ships closed in, firing continuously. Alex adjusted the ship's weapons, firing back with precision. Energy blasts struck enemy hulls, causing explosions that lit the asteroid field. He felt a thrill he had not experienced in years. This was not just survival, it was action, strategy, courage, and purpose. Solara guided him through the tactics, her voice calm and clear. "Use their momentum against them. Lead them into the rocks. Force them to make mistakes." Alex followed her instructions and the plan worked. One ship collided with an asteroid, another spun out of control, and the last retreated. The immediate danger was gone, but Alex knew this was only the start. "We can't stay here," he said. "They will come back stronger." "We need a safe place to regroup," Solara nodded. "There is a hidden system nearby. Few humans know of it. We can rest there and plan the next move, but you must be ready. They will not give up." Alex felt a mixture of relief and determination. "Then we go there. And when they come, we are ready." The ship moved through space, heading toward the hidden system. Alex could feel his mind reconnecting with more memories. He remembered strategies he had used long ago, choices he had made to protect others, and the courage that had defined him. He realized that every action had mattered, and now he had the chance to act again. Solara watched him closely. "You are ready for what comes next, Alex. You remember more than you think. Your courage, your skill, your choices, they are still inside you." Alex nodded. "I see it. I feel it. I am ready to face whatever comes." As the hidden system appeared on the horizon, a calm settled over him. The danger was not gone, but he was not afraid. He had faced impossible odds before. He had saved lives before. And now he remembered why. The ship entered the system, moving through asteroid belts and narrow passages that hid them from human scanners. Alex guided it with precision, feeling the instincts and courage of his past self guiding him. He realized that the universe was not just a place of danger. It was a place of opportunity, a place where he could act, protect, and remember who he truly was. "This is a safe place," Solara said as the ship settled into orbit around a small planet. "We can rest, recover, and plan, but soon the humans will come again, and you must be ready to face them fully." Alex exhaled, leaning back in his seat. He felt tired but alive in a way he had not in years. "I am ready," he said quietly. "I remember who I am now. I know what I can do, and I will not run anymore." Solara smiled, her green eyes glowing softly. "Good, that is what I hoped for. You were never ordinary, Alex. You were always meant for more." Alex looked at her, the weight of their shared past pressing on him. He had been lost, forgotten, hidden by those who feared his abilities. But now he remembered. He remembered courage, choice, and purpose. He remembered that he could make a difference, and he knew that the next battle would test everything he had learned. The humans who feared him would return, stronger and more determined. But Alex felt ready. He had remembered his past, he had embraced his courage, and he had Solara by his side, the woman who had searched for him for years without giving up. The stars stretched endlessly around them, cold and distant, but full of life and possibility. Alex felt a thrill of anticipation. He was no longer a man hiding in quiet space. He was a force that could protect, inspire, and change the future. "We rest for now," Solara said softly, "but soon the real challenge begins." Alex nodded, feeling the weight of responsibility and the thrill of purpose. "Then we face it," he said, "together." The ship hovered silently above the hidden planet, a safe haven in a dangerous galaxy. Alex leaned back, letting himself feel the memories returning fully. Faces of people he had helped, worlds he had protected, choices he had made, they all came together. He was ready. And when the humans returned, they would see the truth. They would see that Alex Carter was no ordinary man. He was someone who remembered courage, someone who made choices for life, not fear. He was someone who could stand against the darkness and protect what was right. Solara watched him, proud and calm. She had found him after years of searching. And now he was ready. The universe had tested him, hidden him, and tried to erase him. But Alex remembered, and remembering meant he could face anything. As night fell across the hidden planet, the stars shining like distant fires, Alex felt a deep sense of peace. He had survived impossible odds before. He had acted with courage and purpose. And now he was ready to face the universe fully, not as a hidden man, but as someone who remembered who he was and who he could still become. The galaxy waited, full of danger, hope, and opportunity. And Alex Carter was ready to meet it head-on, with Solara by his side, and the memory of courage guiding every choice he would make. Alex stood at the controls of the alien ship, looking out at the vast field of stars before him. The hidden system had given him time to rest, but he knew it was only temporary. Human forces would return, stronger and more determined than ever. He felt the weight of responsibility settle over him, but he also felt something he had not felt in years: confidence. He remembered who he was, what he had done, and what he could still do. Solara stood beside him, her glowing markings calm and steady. She had been by his side for years, searching for him, guiding him, and believing in him when he could not believe in himself. Alex looked at her and felt a surge of gratitude and resolve. "They will come soon," Solara said softly, "and when they do, you must be ready, not just to fight but to show them who you are. Humanity must see the truth." Alex nodded. "I am ready. I have remembered everything. I know what I must do." The first wave of human ships appeared on the sensors. They were fast and heavily armed, moving in formation with precision. Alex felt a thrill of anticipation. This was the moment he had prepared for, the moment his courage and skill would matter more than ever. "Focus on strategy first," Solara said. "We will protect ourselves, but we will also show them that fear and control are not the answer. You can guide them." Alex adjusted the ship's controls, weaving through asteroid belts and energy fields with instinctive skill. His mind was sharp, his decisions fast and precise. He remembered past missions, past choices, and past courage, and he used it all now. Each movement of the ship, each calculated maneuver, reminded him of who he truly was. The human fleet fired, energy blasts streaking across the void. Alex guided the ship through evasive patterns, countering attacks with precision. Solara assisted, her knowledge of alien technology allowing them to push the ship to its limits. "You are doing well," Solara said, calm and confident. "They are stronger than before, but you are stronger too. Remember courage, Alex. Remember who you are." Alex felt his mind clearing. Memories of past heroism, past choices, and past leadership filled him. He remembered saving cities, protecting lives, and making impossible decisions. He was not just a pilot. He was a protector, a strategist, a force capable of changing outcomes. As the battle intensified, Alex noticed something strange. Some of the human ships hesitated, their movements uncertain. It was almost as if they sensed something beyond what they had expected. Alex realized the truth. They feared him, yes, but not just because of his skills. They feared the courage and the choices he represented. They feared someone who could act for what was right, not for what was convenient. "Focus on them," Solara said. "Show them that fear is not power. Show them that courage matters." Alex nodded. He adjusted the ship's trajectory, moving closer to the human fleet. Energy blasts streaked past, but he guided the ship with precision, striking in ways that forced the enemy to retreat without unnecessary destruction. He did not seek to harm, only to protect and guide. "Why are they stopping?" he asked, surprised. Solara smiled. "They see what you represent. You are not just a pilot. You are a symbol. They fear that symbol and they do not know how to react. Use this. Show them that courage and choice are stronger than fear." Alex felt a surge of determination. He guided the ship closer to the fleet, his actions precise and confident. He projected calm, strength, and purpose. Slowly, the human ships began to retreat, one by one, realizing that they could not control or defeat him without understanding the truth. After the fleet retreated, Alex exhaled deeply. The battle was over, but the war of understanding was only beginning. He looked at Solara. "They feared me because of what I could do, but I didn't want to fight them. I just want to protect." Solara nodded. "Exactly. That is why you were chosen, Alex. You act for life, not fear. That is what makes you extraordinary. And now humanity must see that truth, even if they are not ready yet." Alex felt a strange mix of relief and pride. He had faced impossible odds, remembered his past courage, and proved that he was more than humans feared. He had survived and he had guided others without losing himself. "What now?" he asked. Do we continue hiding? Solara shook her head. No, it is time for humanity to know the truth. They erased your past, but they cannot erase your actions now. You will not be hidden anymore. You will be remembered, and you will help guide them toward understanding, not control. Alex nodded slowly. He realized the quiet life he had lived was over. He could no longer hide, and he did not want to. He had a purpose greater than survival. He had courage, skill, and memories that mattered. Together, they prepared to return to human space, not as fugitives but as messengers of truth. Alex piloted the ship with confidence, navigating past patrols and avoiding unnecessary conflict. He projected calm and courage, and it seemed to resonate with those who observed him. When they arrived at the Human Council, the leaders were shocked to see the alien ship and the man they had tried to erase. Alex stepped forward calmly. He looked at each of them and he spoke with authority and honesty. "I am Alex Carter," he said. "I was sent on a mission years ago. I saved lives, helped civilizations, and made choices that protected people. You erased my mission because you feared what I could become. But I am here to remind you that courage, choice, and honor are stronger than fear." The council members whispered among themselves. Some were angry, some fearful, and some confused, but Alex did not falter. He projected calm and strength, the same qualities that had guided him through past dangers. Solara stepped forward beside him. He acted for life, for protection, and for what is right, not for power, not for control. That is why he matters. That is why humanity must see the truth. Alex took a deep breath. He realized that the moment of confrontation was not just about him. It was about the choice humanity would make, to continue fearing and controlling, or to respect courage, empathy, and wisdom. Slowly the council began to understand. They asked questions and Alex answered honestly. He explained the past missions, the lives saved, and the choices he had made. He spoke of courage, responsibility, and the importance of protecting life above all else. It was not easy. Some leaders resisted, clinging to fear and control, but many began to see the truth. They realized that Alex Carter was not a weapon, not a threat, but a reminder of what humans could become when they chose honor and courage over fear. Finally, after hours of discussion, the council voted. They could not erase the past anymore. They recognized Alex's actions, his courage, and his importance. They acknowledged that humanity had hidden the truth, and they promised to honor it going forward. Alex exhaled, a sense of relief washing over him. He had faced the fear, the danger, and the doubt, and he had proven that courage and choice mattered. Solara smiled beside him, proud and calm. "You have done it," she said softly. "You have remembered, faced the fear, and guided others toward the truth. I never doubted you, Alex." Alex looked at her, gratitude and pride filling his chest. "I could not have done it alone. You never gave up. You believed in me when no one else did. I remember now, and I will not forget." The universe was vast, dangerous, and unpredictable, but Alex felt ready for whatever came next. He had remembered his past, embraced his courage, and shown humanity that fear and control were not the answers. Together, Alex and Solara returned to the stars, not as fugitives or hidden heroes, but as symbols of courage, choice, and hope. Alex knew that more challenges awaited, more dangers, and more opportunities to protect and guide. But he was ready. For the first time in years, Alex Carter felt complete. He remembered who he was, what he had done, and what he could still become. Humanity would remember him now too, not as a hidden mission, not as a forgotten hero, but as a man who acted with courage, wisdom, and honor. And in the quiet moments, when the stars stretched endlessly around them, Alex felt a deep sense of peace. He had survived, he had remembered, and he had proven that even in a universe full of fear and danger, humanity could rise above, guided by courage, choice, and the will to protect life. Solara watched him, her eyes calm and proud. She had searched for years, never stopping, never giving up. Now, she knew that the man she had found was ready to face anything. Alex had remembered, and remembering meant he could become more than anyone had ever imagined. As the alien ship glided silently through the cosmos, Alex felt the weight of his past lift. He was no longer a man hiding, no longer a man forgotten. He was Alex Carter, remembered, courageous, and ready to face the future. The stars stretched endlessly, and the universe waited. But Alex Carter was ready, his courage shining brighter than any fear, his choice stronger than any control. Humanity would see him, remember him, and perhaps follow the example he had set. Together with Solara, he moved forward into the unknown, into the adventure, and into the promise of a future guided by courage, honor, and the memory of what it truly meant to be human.